Well, on so many occasions, people always debate who's the best football player in South Africa. At times, those debates, they take such an emotive stance that we don't even know which way they're going. But there was one newspaper article that stated categorically that she is the best soccer player in the whole of South Africa ever. And I say ever. That's where the sentence ended, full stop. Portia Modise joins us tonight. Welcome. Are you good?
I'm not doing it.
Do you agree? The best soccer player in South Africa, full stop.
Akazalo.
Akazalo
Ngisho
omunye.
kanjalo akazalo omunye.
Hey man, we as Lando from the beginning, Wuti.
Kusazothatha isikhathi, bro. But you know, for me setting this mark, I felt good. If I'm not gonna get paid in women's football, it simply says I need to leave a legacy. One day that it will always remind people who's the best.
If you don't get paid,
Yeah.
but they were not even paying you.
Yeah, I was not getting paid, but my motivation was if I'm not gonna get paid in women's football, but I'm tending to leave a mark that every time it will remind people who was the best player.
So your currency is your legacy.
Yes.
Imali uzoyibona ngelinye ilanga, but your currency is your legacy.
Yes.
What made you the best? When everybody says, why is she the best? Why are we even having this debate? What made you the best?
I think what made me the best when I brought up is my background.
Yeah.
You know, where I grew up. You know, I grew up in a very difficult background where I was raised by a single woman
Right.
and a very disabled woman. So, and I'm again a sebenzi, and me playing football, when I started, to bring incentives, go high, I felt good. Probably this is the road that it could help me very quick, to come and support my family and help my mom, with the struggles. Yeah, I think in there about the best, because also my background, it doesn't matter where you come from. I wanted to make it, no matter I didn't have the resources. I felt good. Without the resources, you could still be motivated and show those who have resources that they can use. I don't have, but I'm gonna try my best, to make sure that I become the best with every resource that I have to make myself the best.
All right, let's say the football was not there. Ibhola belingekho. They banned football. Football was a crime in this country. What do you think you would have been able to do as a human being to be the best?
As a human being, I think I'm a social worker. I always have a heart for helping people. I don't know, probably it's also my background. I wanted to go back and help people that they grow up having the same problems that I have. Sometimes we judge people not really listening to their problems. So I felt good. I just want to be that listener. Probably I could bring the change.
And being a social worker, it's about nursing people, it's about attending to their needs. And not talking about hospital nursing, but it's about being there physically for them, listening to their stories, trying to find solutions to their stories. Do you think you've got that patience?
No, I do have a patience. It's just so unfortunate. The patient that I have, I'm showing it in women's football, and I'm very vocal about it. The passion that I have for women's football, what makes people think that is why I said I chose Guba Social, because I want to help people. For me, being in that field, playing and seeing our problems, seeing which most of us were not really coming in a good background, I also wanted to help, and not really the young players that are coming today to experience the very same thing that Tennessee experienced. I felt good. Probably could be that voice and make people to understand. Good. We wanted to make a living out of this. We never played for fun. We wanted to support our families. One day I wanted to have a house. One day I wanted to have a kids. Probably I wanted to get married. But where are the resources of me to have that? Because I can't have it.
No, you can't. You can't. And I'm going to start the fact that you mentioned that you wanted to have kids. You can't, because long ago you declared yourself to be a gay person. And you said, this is me, judge me, take me for what I am, make your own opinion, but me, as Portia Modise, I'm gay and I'm proud.
Mamela, I wouldn't shift that in a second. Ngokuba gay.
Yeah.
I'm proudly gay.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't choose to be the person that I am. I believe ukuthi yonke into eyenzakala idalwa uNkulunkulu. You wouldn't wake up and say, mina ngifuna ukuyothuka estradeni bangibize ukuthi ngigay or ngistabana or yini. I wouldn't wake up choosing that. But just because uNkulunkulu ungizale kanjalo, you know, and I took it and I embraced it, and I felt good. There are a lot of them who still gonna come and grow, baby, like me. I just wanted to also to be that voice which now they need to live freely. Uba nobuza umuntu straight to straight wena. Why mina ngichrome? What makes me chrome vele kahle kahle?
And uba no right,
Uba no right,
wrong.
uba no wrong.
Yeah.
Kahle. So it's just a life yokuthi we need to make people, our communities, to understand kahle kahle who we are.
Yeah.
Ubu gay yini kahle kahle.
But kuyeke ukuthusa yini wena mawubona abanye ubona ukuthi kunabantu ababulawayo, you know, ukuthiwa hey yabo lo hlala estradini so lo ohamba ephithizela endaweni ethile ugay lo muntu siyomsolva siyomqeda. I mean, was there a time when that worried you?
I think there was no time I get worried about that,
Yeah.
because ngikhula nama-gents. And mengikhula nama-gents, the way they welcomed me, I taught myself nami to be around them, understanding ukuthi I'm not gonna be a guy. I'm just a woman, you know, loving to play a sport here, ama-gents. And it happened ukuthi I don't have imizwa yabafana, you know, but it doesn't make me a different person go wonke umuntu okhona. But with having abafana laba engikhule nabo, you know, to give me an opportunity not to even judge me, to say, intombazana angezidlala naye. For them, ukuthi every time bangilanda ekhaya bazodlala nami, I knew ukuthi I'm safe. And I didn't want to be them, Rob. I don't want to be them. I always have a respect, you know, towards my guys in Kulana, because I understand the power that they have, I will never have because I'm a woman. Instead, I need their protection. I need them to protect me, even no manghamba no muntu wami. They need to understand what Tina, I'm their sister. I'm not here to compete or to do what.
And I understand that, Leandro, which is very important though, because bayazi nabuthi abatrapusha ishibo bokubona, so ihlazo silivalele egroundini. So fanele bakuprotect
bese
now
bathi
otherwise.
ungaring
But
yethu angithanda
asiyibeke esayidini.
aleyo angeke
But though for your family, when you discuss that, bona mhlambe belindile ukuthi hayi uzofika uJeffrey azongqonqoza
akhiphe inkomo
ekhiphe inkomo nani. Clearly bengeke kwenzeke lokho.
You know, bro, what is funny, I grew up not looking like a woman, man. Angikhumbuli nangeliphi
Uyipantsulana nje la khona.
Mengiyipantsula sesasuka. So even I once had umamkhulu wami that was so against. I was abused at some point in terms of me being gay ekhaya. I end up living to place umama mangichiftisa. But umama never had a problem. One thing was important to me, which umama ufila kanjani, umuntu ongizalile ufila kanjani ngami, is seeing a satanism or rubunu umntana, because other parents out there, they saying abantwana babo bebegay ama-satanism. So I failed to understand ukuthi ungazala umuntu bese mawuceda umbona i-satanism. Awucabanga ukuthi kuyintando kaNkulunkulu. So my mother, mina nefamily yami, when they gave me a support, I'll tell you today, brother, I didn't care ukuthi abantu basestradeni bacabangani.
Wow.
Because ekugcineni ngibuyele ekhaya ngilala ekhaya ngicela indawo yokulala kwezinye indawo. If ekhaya okay, where I could come back home and feel comfortable, I was okay.
But was there a moment where you felt isolated, where you felt like uzokhala? Maybe sometimes zaphuma inyembezi, angazi.
No, I never feel isolated, mina. Noma nginama-gents.
But was there a time where you cried, though? I mean, what was that one moment that what made you cry?
I do cry, because there was times where bangafuna ukungithengela into engizifunayo, bafuna ukungithengela iketi, ngasikhathi mina ngifuna ukugcoka, ngisaduma ifila jo, ngifuna ukugcoka ifila nejini, mama ungiphathele isketi jo, sengonyama selephatha. I'm thinking, dude, like in mina nama-outime promise ukuthi sogcoka amateki efila nama-jean nekipa zethu umagogo ngilethela i-two-piece nge-Christmas.
Enama-pleat.
Yeah, then there was this trouser la engizoyiwasha ngiyifihle school backini bangangibone, ngizigcokele yona mase ngiyi-one ngala sengilikhululile le rock. Bese endlini I think they started to understand that kuyafana noma singamgcokisa.
Yeah.
Mekaphumela ngaphandle uyoboleka ibhruko lomngane wakhe or ini,
I'll
so kuyafana.
I mean, that for me leads on to where I want to start with the 16-year-old.
Yeah.
So football, we collect dialogue. I mean, I'm not even going to start there because your career just took so many different shapes and angles and so on. But yeah, 16-year-old, making your debut. I mean, teenager, 16, at that level. How were you feeling? Was there pride? Was there butterflies, the swing?
I think when Abra Rob to be introduced go Banyana Banyan, it was 1999.
Yeah.
When they went to go USA, then I was left because they said I was still young. But 2000, when we hosted the Africa Cup of Nations, that's when I was introduced. And for me, it was something that I've been waiting for and wanting to show off.
Right.
As much as I play with this woman, but when I played with guys, Joe,
Yeah.
namanje ngakwazi ukuthatha and ngifuna ukubonisa ukuthi hey ngidlale nabo lithulunyana ngidlale na all these players that they made it today nami ngidlalela now. So I felt ukuthi I need to stand out. You know, I need to stand out because I played with guys. You know, but then I'm thinking in Tomazani.
Yeah.
So I think I took that advantage and make use of it.
So the advantage of playing with the guys made you stronger
Yes.
in the women's game.
Yes.
And Bebeng was a good team.
Ah,
So when you walked in and walked onto that field the very first time as a teenager, I mean, do you even have memories of that
Yeah,
day?
you know, I remember my first time watching Ibanyana because I never believed good there are other women who are playing football. Because
Yeah.
I remember when I was playing Rangers boys, Ekas, we went to play a School of Excellence. And then Nandi, so they
Yeah.
wanted players there. Then they select me, and maybe selected. They were like, "Coach, I'm like, no, in Tomazan, but you are in Tomazan, Nandi gan. What triple abantu gan give in a top goal scorer tournament." Then the coaches they were like, "No, you don't have a future, and like get this skin lama out. I think you need to start to look for a team naman Tomazan."
Yeah.
Then that's when I went back and then I found out in a team naman Tomazan. Then one of my coaches, cause Megalokang Landa, then I was like, "Ah, man Tomazan wakazuglali polo." Minang trend them out. Then I was like, "Okay, guy one, let me take you guy one. Then you'll tell me when we come back, good you haven't changed your mind." Then we went to watch Ejemestini Banyana was playing against Nigeria. Then when I saw these women about Veronica Pea, about Joanne Solomon, about Kabuzita, about Spongile Komal, I was like, no, ngifuna ukudlala.
Yeah.
Bamnandi la bantu
Yeah.
laba, mina ngifuna ukuba yi. Then from that day, I think I took it upon myself, good, I need to play for a national team.
But how did you then showcase yourself? And fanele uqale ukudlalela ama team
Yeah.
local and so on.
I played for Cosmos Ladies.
Yeah.
Then I played for Soweto Ladies. I think career I started ukubonakala mesengidlalela Soweto Ladies. Because when I played for Soweto Ladies, we still have a interprofessional league. So they will select a Gauteng squad. Then when I was selected in the Gauteng squad, Bastata Basisa Guma province. Then when I played there was coaches Banyan. Then I got to be selected for under 19 Bantuan. Then I started to be a captain in Bantuan. I started to bank goals there. Then I was given an opportunity by Osheks Mashab. Because when he saw me, he was like, no, Lomtana Mela go first team. Then that's when, that's when he go first team. Then I end up juggling both. Mes Puma camping near Banyana, Sango camp Yama under 20, Meng Puma under 20. Ganjal.
I will pity the But in all of that now, what is the priority for you? Ngoba khona basekhaya who are waiting and saying, yes, nice social worker, but just sifuna ukudlala ibhola. Ibizoletha imali end of the month nge-social work. Ulethani ngapha ebholeni. Umnandi ngapha ebholeni, but kwi-bank account kunani.
Yeah, you know. You know, Bro Rob, I think those are the things all of us as soccer players, we get to be banned, Mrs. Pagat.
Sure.
Because Tina, when we grow up, we're looking up to women's game.
Yeah.
We see the way, you know, women soccer players live, you know, the way they will get paid. In our mind, we're thinking probably it's equal.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same. Now I want to play. Now I want to make a living and thing it's handai.
Yes.
No one was on foster with me and Spanish as vugela.
Uyishayela i-GTI yakho.
Giants,
Yeah.
you know, about music. I thought that.
Yeah.
Only to find out Joe which is not the same. And this is something that I always carry to myself and say, I don't want to lie to any kid. Mama out there and say, choose it.
Yeah.
Don't choose it. It will be silly of me.
But sekushintsile manje. I mean, you're looking at so many women who are now playing in Europe, who are getting recognized. And I always think back, ukuthi, you know, if Portia, mhlawumbe iminyakana nje bekushaya ngo-reverse, and these opportunities were here, they would never touch you.
Never.
They would never ever touch you. You would be, I mean, we'll get to the part where you were nominated for the FIFA, Women Football Player of the
Yeah.
Year. But if we look at the opportunities that are there now, and you're looking at the diversion of Italente in Europe,
You know what is said, Nebra Bob? Everyone thinks there's opportunities
Yeah.
for women soccer players. They don't come easy. Those who got it, they're still in a difficult situation because they still need to try to learn the culture of that side, the weather, try to adopt with the new style of the game, the way you're being taught, because it's totally different as a guy. So when you are at home, ungakayenzi mark yakho njengabo Refugee Jane, njengabo Jane in Van Veek, it's still gonna take time for you to even being recognized overseas. You need to start to make it here at home. And yes, our women's football, at least we're studying somewhere. We've been. My problem is that we've been.
starting.
We've been, Rob.
We've been
you know.
starting, eh?
Rob, you've been with us. You've been interviewing us, like
Fighting.
left, right, and center.
Fighting.
You know, we're still here. We're still talking the same language.
Is there a professional league? I haven't seen one.
There's a national league, Bob. It's not a professional league. That
Yeah.
it's good that we're having it. I try not to talk positive, but I fail sometimes, Rob, because I feel I will be not doing sometimes a justice. You know, I'll be lying to my fellow players, my outcoming players. I'll be giving them something that I know, Uguti. Some of them, they'll end up sacrificing their lives like us, we did. End of the day, we're still living in the shacks. You know, while as you're seeing other young kids you grow up with that they took a different road and they living, Joe. When are you famous? There's nothing going on with you. You're famous with what? Instead, they're looking at you. There's abuse in it. There's judgmental in it. Now you start to think, "Good, I was really choosing a right thing." Because today this thing is backfiring on me. People, they saying I ate, man. People, they saying, "Queen today." Like I'm thinking, this is not my choice. You know, all my sacrifices I put there, I wish they brought something different. But it didn't. So, you know, when I talk about this, I become so emotional because I always feel good. People, they don't understand what we go through. You know, umuntu ongadlalanga ibhola will say, Portia to complain. You know, but things are getting better. Come to my home and see. Come to the current players' homes and see. Good things are getting better now.
Uhlala up manje.
Manje ngihlala ekhaya. Ngihlala ekhaya.
Kaya.
Yeah, ekhaya. Do you think I want to stay ekhaya in the age of 37 this year? Intanga zami engikhula nazo probably zihlala va.
Njoba ngisho eningishile ekuqaleni, best football player in South Africa. When you're talking about what, 124 caps,
Yeah.
102 goals
Yeah.
that she scored. Nobody, not even just from a female perspective. We're talking about football player on the African continent had been able to score 100 goals. She did it. First one, history that was made. They promised you R1 million. Did they give you the R1 million?
Who God?
Yes, now.
I'm confused now.
They have $1 million.
You know, sometimes I always say, Bro Rob, I'm calling over. It's a tears of joy. Sometimes I feel good.
There's
You know,
pain.
the mark that I did
Yeah.
with the sacrifices that I did. I could tell you today, it will take a player to do that. It will take a player. You know, I think my sacrifices that I did, I was motivated by my mom. And I didn't want us to sleep without eating. You know what was said there was part, you'll go to the national team. You come back. Ekhaya bakumele thinking ukuthi you'll bring something.
Next.
Nothing, bro. And then you're sitting with your friends. You khalili kholi. You can't even say, guys, buy kholi ngoba you know ukuthi is gonna come back to you and say, I'm on post sikubone TV zolo. Why mele sikubhayile kholi? How do I explain that? So good in my life, I need to every time I explain to people what is going on in women's football, we're not getting paid. You know, I always saying it, I wish I was paid like guys. Then judge me after. Then I was gonna be okay.
But
never-
uqala ungenalutho,
I
uqede
end up
ungenalutho.
ngena nix.
But igama libhaliwe ngoba abantu bacama ukuthi mawuvela ku-TV uyi-superstar. Mawuvela
It's true.
ku-TV unemali.
Monemal.
Yeah.
Ne? Then you know what he said? When you're trying to share all these moments, that it's not like I was in my journey. In my journey. Ngihambile mina this journey. I know ubunzima about this journey. I'm talking about something that I have experienced. But end of the day, you come across as in like awunangqondo, domkop. You know? You don't know when to say the right things, when not to say the right things. Bob, I don't know. Tell me, in the right or to lie?
But baqambela amanga. Angithi phela the time
I'm trying to learn ukuqamba amanga ngikhona.
No. Bona bebeqambela amanga. Bona kade besitshela ukuthi they'll take care of you. I remember. Phela now we're marking 5 years since you retired. 5 years. You had to make that decision. That May, I remember. I was like, wow. And it was retirement with immediate effect.
Yes.
Yabo umuntu mayithi immediate effect iyangithusa ngoba it's like how, but why ungasibonishanga ukuthi you're going to retire in August? Why May?
I think
Okwenzakalani? Why were you almost pushed into this retirement?
like I said, I'm always vocal, you know, about women's football. I will talk about our payments. I will talk about the issues that we come across. I will talk about the way we're being treated, you know, the way we're not getting paid. Then it became a problem.
Right.
Because as a player like me, Portia, my work, the way I will put an effort in my game, I'll make sure that I perform in a way that I will have a voice. Tomorrow to say, manager, we want our money. We just won. We just won the game. In intends right. But I knew that if we lose,
Opposite.
we need to go home without even asking anything.
So lose no money.
Lose no money.
Draw?
Draw half of it. There's tax inside of it.
Give me an amount.
3,500.
For
tax
draw.
It, yeah.
And for win?
For win 5,000
Before tax.
before tax.
But they would not always give you that money.
It will take time to reach you.
How long?
It could take 3 months. It could take 6 months. It could take 4
for
months.
just 5,000 to come to you.
Yeah.
And Bebeti, what are the reasons for that?
I don't know, bro, because these are the things when you're trying to address uyasipita man. Khuluma kakhulu umntana ophume kaso ungagelezanga. You know, ungazifokol. You know, but this is me worried ukuthi I've been using my soap ngisejimini coaching ngifuna kayi 3 sometimes ejimini kayi 2 ekhaya bangikhrezela ukuthi ngibe nemali yokutravela ngibe nemali etoiletry. I was hoping ukuthi mengifika camping things they will go well. Leyo toiletry seyaphela camping. I'm asking for my money to buy a toiletry. Then I end up being told that you're talking too much, you know. You're gonna be limited sometimes. And you saw such things they did happen where there was a time in Abrabo, but never thought there would be a woman who substitute in a national team. I knew Gucci Meng Drojwa is not like in Drojongo but don't perform. I'm being dropped just because I have a voice.
Who dropped you?
Makalakalani, Uskeshe. You know, and what is funny, you know, la one back drop to Gyoba Spaniel Bashela more goals. Usboost Jelogutama next camp in Yabu and cut to go push at 3 goals head trick. And the sad part is there's not even an explanation. You know, Portia, I want you to go home and work on this. Right. There's still a place for you. At least, you know, you go home motivated saying, it could be not this camp, but the other camp, I'm sure I will make it. But the coach, he just told me which I need to go back home and work on 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
It doesn't happen like that. They just drop you.
Hey, but
like there's no explanation. There's nothing. You'll hear about someone say camping.
awukho wena
abantu basekempini mina.
usale ngaphandle.
And yeah, no
Yeah.
one will give you any explanation. So those are the things when you try to talk about them, in women's football, I end up not having any job.
No, but it's fine. The thing is, you were targeted then when you were playing, and you ended up being the best. There was 4 years in your career that were lost because of issues. 4 years. So when we're celebrating 124 and 102, it could have been more
Yes,
in those 4 years that we lost you.
yes.
But there was also a public spat. There was a public fallout between you and Augustine Makalakalan.
Yes.
Was that ever settled? What was the cause of that? Did you ever find peace within yourself to, if you needed to forgive him? Or is it something now where you will take to the grave?
I think I did forgive all the coaches. I believe that they did what they did to me, because even today they talk to me about the issues that they didn't want to talk to me about when they were still having a position.
Right.
But today they come back and they say, Posh, you're always right. You're right. The issues that you're talking about, I think we need to start to fight. I ask myself, this person had a platform, to hear me, to bring me in to fight together. But that time, because he had a platform, he didn't hear me. I was this stupid girl. But today, the same thing that Yana was doing to me, they did it to him or to her. So now I'm this important person. Now they want to hear my views. But what are you going to do with it now, Brabo? Because you're sitting in the same seat, while you were sitting in the king's chair, when I wanted you to listen to me, you never gave me an opportunity. Instead, ungenzela umuntu wrong or bad. But today, when I walk in the women's games, those coaches, they call me to come and shake their players' hands because I'm a legend. Why? So I felt so good. I'm not gonna get mad. At least he talks to them. As much as they're not gonna come to me and say, Posh, please forgive us, ngokuba the way we were towards you. It's football politic.
Right.
It's okay. I know it plays with them. As much as maybe they wanna act as in like everything is okay. While as there was times where they wanted to finish my career, with no reason for me standing out for women.
But were those people sent? Do you think they were representing other people, or were they representing themselves by being vicious, by being nasty, by being so anti somebody that we should have been treating, like our own Messi or Ronaldo or Ibrahimovic or whoever you want to call in the world?
Rob, the one thing I've learned about was South Africa, bathanda ukuba ukuncenga. As long umuntu asazokhipha ispan sakhe, mina I'll be a bad person. Because he needs to protect the person omupha the job to pay the bills.
Right.
So you wouldn't hear me. I'll be that bad person for that time. But now you start to understand how I feel. Because as much as you playing a dirty game to save your job, one day it will still come back to you, that dirty game. So it's what I've learned about Saban versus South Africa. We can sit like this today and share our problems and say, guys, we want to go and fight for 1, 2, 3. But those we were saying we want to challenge, when they pull one of us and promise them something, when I sit here, even that one forgets about us. So I realized, my hatred in women's football, it created by big people to the small people because they want to keep their jobs. So even the small one, as much as they know our situation in women's football, they'll pretend as in like we don't have any situations because they want to keep their job. While as Tina, the people that we're being used, to make this game work, players, we're not being respected at all.
But but what I'm trying to struggle with is that even when you make and you break those records, the 100 and 100, was there anything outside of maybe a jersey that is in a frame that is given to you
Of course, how much is gay? I was all very quick. How much is you, Prabhupada?
Kanti into yamahala yabo anyway lelo jezi.
Yeah.
So it is nothing new. It is nothing extraordinary.
You know, sometimes I sit, in my place, Prabhupada. I look at my trophies, and I will think, if I could visit any player, I don't think there's a player. Mena with my age, now my trophy one now. You know, the jerseys now. You know, I don't think Ignabantama now. You know, I'm seeing Utembe Khatlana today, a player I played with, that it learned a lot from me, and he's he's coming to achieve probably the very same things that I'm achieving. And it's good for Yana because probably women's football is better these days. When they go play overseas, they could get incentives. But this is me. I'm worried about the ones who are going to come after Tembi. Or the ones that are not Tembi today, but are playing the game. What's going to happen?
But
They're
what
gonna
is wrong? What is wrong with women's football, though? We've got the talent, whether it was the days of what Sis Gloria and she was an amazing talent. Just that then apartheid
Yeah.
Sanda Kubuya and stuff. So there was not much that could be done. But she was a talent. Besiyibona ngamehlo ukuthi hey kuyafiwa lapha.
Yes.
But so many years, man. I mean, all Sasol have been there supporting.
You can calculate.
Years now. So yile nto engiphatha yabo ukuthi kanti yini lensumpa lenkulu kangaka esebusweni bebhola labantu besifazane.
So if you patagabi when Rob, that you never travel with the women's football so much, you never sacrifice for it so much. Tell me, mina, mina, ngifila kanjani.
But until when? What needs to change? Let's start there. Maybe let's put a solution on the table. What needs to change?
You know what
according to you?
You know what needs to change? I always say, Guti, as much as we want to grow our game, women's football, men, they already have a platform.
Right.
These guys, they need to feel what we're feeling. We, their sisters, we're doing the very same thing. Take it as in like Menu Siswa Kopra Robot, the very same thing.
Yeah.
Coming home every day complaining the way I do. When I'm out here paying up, you're living a life, you have a townhouse, you have 5 cars, you're living the life. I mean, the same person, the same country, I'm presenting the same country. It's, okay, example, I'll always look at Tulunyan. I grew up no Tulunyan. I know Tulunyan background, it was the same like my background. We used to motivate each other. I'm seeing Tulunyan. Now he's a better person. Now he's got family. Now he's a husband of someone. Now he's got 5 cars. Now he's got a house. Now he just built a home for Uma Maki. Mina, I don't deserve those things because I'm a woman.
But that's
then
painful.
Mina, I need to be a slave. I need to find a man. A life in him probably. Ozongiphi imali. I could start living my life. Why can't I make my life as a woman, putting all the sacrifices that I did for my country?
And over 100 times, Pele, you wore the jersey.
Why?
It wasn't for some corner team somewhere. Anthem.
You know,
and then what?
You know, Prarob, not to have a childhood, trying to concentrate on this thing, thinking it will change your life one day. Seeing your friends having fun. I never had fun. I was always grounded. As much as people think problem, discipline, that's when you're wrong. I was not going to achieve what I achieved if I was not disciplined. Even now, I'm still living a football life. I try to be disciplined as much as I can. But for what, because this is me, I'm looking for a job. You know, sometimes you even think, no, it's okay. You know, you see your fellow teammates, a taxi driver with 78 cabs, you're thinking, okay.
Why not drive my taxi?
You find out when you hear those things, you start to get worried.
But those are big names.
Those are big names. You know, those are big names. Not doing anything. The shop Yamakula. Why? Why, Prarov?
But that's why in Booz, I mean, Uguti, when your name is called in Zurich, and you were there, because
Yes.
when you're a nominee, you have to be there.
Yes.
Nabo Perpetua.
Yes.
And you were there. One of the greatest Nigerian women's players ever. And you are amongst the three that is there. You score a 45-yard shot in the Olympics that everybody still talks about till today. You are given the sports women star of the year. You were there along, you beating Abo A.B. de Villiers, you were beating Chadlet Clough. Chadlet Clough at that stage was the best thing and still is the best thing in water for South Africa. Khotsum Kwena was there as well. In that category, no, I win. We had to fight to try and get him out that you were supposed to get from there. I don't even know if that car's still there.
You know what I did with that car, Prabhu? I was not gonna be able to afford that car. I had too much problems to drive that car.
A BMW, yes.
Yeah, I needed to sell it because my parents needed support. My nephews, we needed to pay school fees. There was lots. I was coming from a very disadvantaged background. While I was scoring those 100 goals, I was still living in the shack. You know, so I couldn't drive that.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
So you sold it after how long?
Yeah, I sold it after a year, at least saying, let me drive it so people there could see which I'm driving it. They voted for me. I appreciate, but this is something I can't keep. Why am I using grand?
What day sang Malin?
Ngaidayisa ngaboma 3 to 400,000. Then I ngakhulisa ekhaya ngakhendla ekhaya. Then yeah, I felt good about Johnny Walker. It's okay. At least I have a shelter that I could be proud of today and say, Mkombe, ukuthi la kusekhaya. You know, malame ball, at least the little that I had, ingenzele something.
But people had to fight for you to get that car. But it wasn't a case of you've won,
I know, if you could ask me, you know, they gave me $1 million, you remember?
Yeah, that's why I asked you about
and
that.
And they give you half on it. Even today, I haven't called.
No, you're lying. No. That half, Pele, that was $1 million given to you, then the half you have to give it to a charity of your choice.
I still want to give it to the charity. I do have a charity that I want to give
but the one half is yours.
Yeah, that one they did give it to me.
But Lomunye?
No.
Till today?
Until today. And I already identify the home that I feel good I want to help, you know, that I'm so passionate in my township, so I could do something also giving back in my township.
So what you go play, man? Hey, man. 2020, I got fig. Who else still owes you?
I got a golden boot. I remember when I got a golden boot.
Yeah.
I was given 75,000, then they tax it with the golden boot.
What was your bomb? I mean, you allow that to digest, though, because in the bigger scheme of things, you know that you deserve better. In the bigger scheme of things, you know that we shouldn't even be talking about that. We should be in celebration of a career that has made all of us happy. The skills that you had, what you were able to impart. Ngiyazi here and there are people that call up on you, you know, and you got to thank even the Gauteng. I know you've been busy running around. There's been press conferences this week.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that involvement like for you? Is that something you look forward to? Is that something you're happy to get involved in? Is that something short-term, long-term?
Gauteng All-Star Games.
Yeah.
I think it's something that it close probably to my heart, you know, because it gave us an opportunity, you know, to bring back, you know, the core of women's football, the legends, you know, the current players, so they could have an history and understand ukuthi where does the women's football come from? Because you see current players today, they don't even know about Gloria Hlalele, the ones that you're talking about. You find them choosing jerseys, wearing jerseys, but abayazi mlandelo yaleyo jersey ukuthi phumaphi, and us putting the legacy in those jerseys. They don't know ukuthi mina who was motivating me to wear that number jersey, and how did I get it, especially being in the national team. There was someone wearing it as a young player coming in. What did I do for me to even get that jersey? Probably ngibamba ama-boots ngithina ayikhwama zabo all the time ukuthi bangigade jersey number 12. Of course, I was motivated by uTiki siphume kasesini early one. So when I got to the national team, there was this one ogqoke number 12. I'm like, nyawufuna. Then I needed to do something for yena, ngombambela ibag yakhe every now and then, promising ukuthi le number ngeke nje ngikudisappoint ngale number, will continue with the legacy. And then go Patricia Garat. It was good. It was a good midfielder. Then when he gave it to me, the other day, there was one thing that you promised. You said you're not gonna disappoint, and you never disappointed my jersey. So I think with this Gauteng All-Star Games, it gave us an opportunity, to mingle with the current players, with the outcoming players. Also with the grassroots level players, where they need to get an opportunity to be seen, Nabo, to be selected for under 17, under 20. There are those ones also who are senior players that they never got an opportunity. Probably playing in the day, the coach Desiree, they will be there, giving them opportunity that I would probably next time if they have a camp, they will bring them in the camp. Also, I remember when I had a conversation with Kabuzita was like, Uchem is wearing my jersey, and I would love to have a conversation with that guy and make that woman understand that jersey is so special.
It means a lot.
But when you meet them, you know one, because they don't know you. You understand? So for me, this, I think it gives them, that pride, to say at least they still remember us in the game, to come back with our knowledge and at least, feed the young ones, advise the young ones, good born, they need to take it further. Also, we're having a netball, being involved, because you're finding a lot of women, young girls, they Basile Stadium. Last year I saw a lot of them Basile Stadium. Then when you ask them, why not? I mean, netball. So we want to hear what is going to be the excuse, this year, because the netball is there. They'll be coming to watch their favorite sports, this Nababas Funal, while the football is playing. But also, it's a creation, and awareness, they need to bring sports back to schools, because if you check, we can't grow women's football in our township because we're lacking money. But if we can channel it to schools, I think if we can have school leagues, we could be able to identify those, they could really be part of the academy one day, the development structure to feed the national team, so yeah, it gives those opportunities to the young ones. And Gunama coaching clinics where as around Itakane will be taking those schools, getting to mingle with current players, ex-players, future players that are also playing in Banyana, so that they will be sharing, their knowledge, their ideas with the young ones from school, trying to motivate them and say they need to mix both. They must never choose one, because if they will choose one, they will be sitting in the same chair that I'm sitting.
And that's not nice, man.
Yeah.
No, and the thing is, what's just excited me there is the fact that I can feel you're excited about it.
Yeah,
I can feel that, maybe this is part of a solution. I don't know. There was a stage where they had promised that they're going to take care of your coaching badges, your coaching license, CAF B license, and so on. I don't know if you pursued that. Are you even interested in coaching? Where does Portia see herself? Bashin. Hey, we want to
Bashin, of course, we are interested in coaching. I did. I'm a license. Maybe I'm a license. I train now. I just did this license. We're still waiting for our certificates. So I am passionate about coaching, but only in development. When I feel good, I wanna produce players.
Right.
I don't wanna have a short career in football. I love football so much. I'm passionate about it. But if I'm a head coach, boss, I know when access was episode, I think we need another coach. So I know my life will be short in that way. But I just wanna be that legend will put an input, in the women's game. That legend, one day when I sit down, I'll be like, at least today uKhatlana unendlu yakhe, at least today uKhatlana could drive 4 cars, and the other players, they could have a living, out of football. Then I think peacefully
Uzoba sharp.
ngabhoda.
Yeah. Wahamba.
Angavai, knowing which others are not experiencing what I am experiencing, what
But
I
what
have
about there at
experienced.
the top? Ngoba uyubona structure again. So bakhona abo Mamria, bakhona bo Natasha. Nakhona ngithi iminyaka ibuyele emuva.
Yeah.
Iyaphambili.
Yeah.
Dala bekhona ebholeni, but kusacomplainwa namanje ngalo ibhola labantu besifazane. So njengezinto eziningi, Twani, fresh minds, fresh ideas, fresh leadership. I mean, do you see yourself being in those positions? Angisho ukuthi uhambe uyogqoka insudi-ke uhlale ofisini nawe bekulethela amatiye uzizwe uyiboss ngoba I know that is not your style.
No.
But would you see yourself in the leadership of the game of football?
Yes, it's probably something that I dream about every day. Nokuthi if one day but I could wake up being a leader, what I could do. Now there's a lot of things I could do. I could bring, legend of the game. Because there's one thing that people, they think, because I didn't sit at the scanning from the computer and wanting to be a lawyer and have a master's. They think what Nati we sacrifice on spending time. While you were busy doing your master's, doing the laptop, man, I was busy reading the game, understanding the game. Before the technology, we were the technology. In order the technology to make sure that he could measure your runs, we were doing that. But it simply says the technology took over us today. But I'm passionate about staying in the game. I'm proud.
But in what position though? Because there's so many different layers when it comes to leadership in sport. And I really think it will be such a waste. I don't even know why, but I know why, because you're very outspoken. So I was going to say, I don't even understand why they don't co-opt you to say, let's let you be part of our leadership right now. Start young, shadows, banban, ukuthi wenzani. We have a meeting, going to solicit sponsorships, because that is all part of the game. I'm a sponsor's buying echo. You can't run a professional league. If you can't go negotiate for a TV deal, then the sponsors can't see their products being put out there. When you're Kuluma, man, you could encourage people to take Amalahle to Amalashen. That is just how deep a passion of football you have.
And Brother, I think it's where people misunderstand me. They thinking I'm disrespecting, or I'm just this girly, or in a direction. That's when they're wrong. It's the passion that I have for the game. It's the change that I want for the game. And I feel good. I owe it to women's football. With the achievements that I have, I owe it. It was so sad sitting with my fellow former players that today they have positions. And they saying, I remember when we were playing, we used to fight thinking things would change. With what I have, I don't want to fight anymore. I'd rather pay bills. I'm going to watch women's football die. Because it's not going to go anywhere. We're seeing it in Esgoma positions.
Right.
But for me to fight Portia, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to say whatever that they want to hear in order for me to get bread on the table. I'm trying to learn to do the same.
So when I'm out, give me an idea. Portia wakes up in the morning. What is it that fills up your day? What are you waking up in the morning to do? What is part of your daily routine, if there is a routine that you have to follow?
I wake up, I train, as Gmail, just to keep fit. Then I think about my things, what really I want to do. I'm studying my foundation. It's already registered. So I just want to bring back the legends of the game, because I do believe we can offer more. We play the game, we know the ups and downs, especially we women. We know what is needed in the women's game. And with the players that I played with, Joe, I feel man, we can do a change.
So you're in the planning process. So what I'm picking up is that whether you call it, there is no formal work that you're doing.
No.
You're still putting structures together.
Yes.
La engqondweni yakho,
No,
to try and
already
improve
saying nayo i-foundation. I have a
foundation
manager.
econ. But
Already.
who's supporting you?
For now, Askagai put it out there because
Yeah.
we just registered it.
Okay.
We haven't put it out there to look for funding or anything. Because I'm still looking for other legends that if one day I'm kicking it in, I know which they are close. And for me, it's for them also to come and share what they've been thinking. So we could put it together and try to make what could change women's football, because I know Nabo, they have a lot that they're thinking. Sometimes when we meet, we talk about a lot of things that we believe, which if we had an opportunity, that if it was presented to us, what we were going to do about it. And we know what we were going to do about it. So for me, with this foundation, I really want to steal their minds, bringing it back, making sure which we contribute, in this game, even probably we're not really associated with our association, but we wanna give it back.
Yeah.
We wanna give it back. We wanna try to create our own thing. We love this thing, and we feel good. If our federation doesn't open doors for us, we're not gonna stop the passion. We're gonna try to open other doors and try to keep women's football alive. Because end of the day, when we try to keep it alive, it's still gonna feed them.
How crucial and important was that red carpet for you in Zurich? Because at some point we got to highlight those highs and angaz man.
There was a time I said, I remember when I walked to that red carpet, someone said, I'm pale.
We crowd.
Yeah, like,
Labantu
when we are a Pele of South Africa.
Hey man.
That reminded me when my president gave me the golden boot, he said, "You are Pele."
Wow.
I took that as Brarob.
Wow.
I took that to heart. I don't know why, but I took that to heart, thinking, Guti, there'll be a respect afterwards.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm laughing because it is just, it's an amazing thing to say, one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it took Kylian Mbappe just the last World Cup to equal and better the record that he had set many, many years ago. And for somebody to give that analogy between when and I.
Yeah,
yes,
it was so amazing, but I felt so good to know, man. Probably you know Veta, you pay. Probably you know Veta, you pay, man. Upele was not gonna be treated like this. Don't Veta, yeah.
No, qinisile because
No, you know Veta, you.
no mfethu usagijima ngiyayimbona namanje lapha eThekwini egijima. He's an old, not too old, doesn't want to retire type of person because
Yeah.
he's a driven person.
Yeah.
In everything that has happened in your world and in your life. And we just want to say thank you, man. We hardly ever get to say thank you to people that have shaped, changed, been a leader. Sibonge, man. Yabo siyabonga siyakhokhoza senza yonke into siyancoma.
And
Hey, usebenzile. Man. Yo, usebenzile ntokazi. Yes.
and Bob, not sibonge kuwe, because
Yo.
we've been talking about these battles, Joe. You've been in our side.
Hey, phela ngifriziwe nami. Hey. Bangifake efrijini. Salo ya mbuzi emningi.
Okay, once we deep freezer, so
No, which is fine though, because bheka sikuphi manje. Siphumile ku deep freezer. Sayifaka eduze ka microwave. Sesovula umnyango we microwave, sifake phakathi sithi 30 seconds. Sithi uphapha.
Siyifudumeza.
Siqhume njenge popcorn.
But-
Yabo lapho siqhuma khona. Hey, it's going to be a beautiful taste.
but Rob, kuyo yonke into, I will always encourage, corporate businesses out there,
Yeah.
to come back and really support women's football, and find a way how they could really associate themselves with the game, because we really need them. you know, because this is me. I'm looking people that they don't really support women's football, and I'm thinking, Gucci, one day probably you have a son or you have a daughter. Now you will want to have a family one day. You wouldn't know Gucci abantwana bakhe bona they will want to play the game.
Yeah.
Now, are we paving something for them? You know, so that is why I'm saying, Gucci, people, they don't have to be stereotyped. You could think, a gay girl.
Yeah.
That's when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Probably in your family, one of the gay person was Obada. Because we don't get to choose what's going to happen in life in. So I'm just encouraging them, you know, to say, come back in the game and support. We still want to create about Portia, Abanye, but without the funding and without the support, you know, it's not possible.
It's not possible, and it would have never, ever, even despite 4 years out of the international mix, she still got to 124 caps. She still got to 102 goals, something that has not been achieved and was not achieved, and she will continue to be, was, and will forever be. Portia Modise, thank you so much. You remain a star.
No problem.
All right, thank you so much for being part of the MarawaTV family. Don't forget as well, do subscribe, hit on the little bell button so that you get your notifications. And also, yeah, thumbs up, like us. Tell us as well in the comment section who you would like to see coming on to the Thursday night live show, or who you'd like us to go and track down and have a conversation with, so that we give you all the latest information as and when it happens. It's life of a sports person.